Bish Diary May 15th Part 2. The bumhole really be losing her fucking marbles today. I think she be in the Mile High Club flying off that crack pipe she be hitting. She waiting for her next court date to come through, and when she not playing her own attorney in court, she be able to think, clip, and write about Leona full time. Anyway, so she making up more crazy shit in her big alien E.T. phone home looking head. I need to play the clip first cause this shit really don't make any type of sense, and even though I already expect nothing but crazy out this hoe, I still be shocked at the stupid shit she be coming up with. I think this bitch got early onset dementia or something. The hoe be hallucinating and seeing shit. First off, this hoe titled this shit.
Leona moves the goalpost again.
She really obsessed with
Moving the goalposts.
but has absolutely no fucking clue what it even means. She heard Leona say it in her grief series, like she heard her say many of these other terms and she just throws them out without having any clue how to use them or what they mean. This clip be a perfect example of that.
That she's saying on her live stream. I bet it was really fucking hard to figure your name out, Laura, and figure out who you were in these fucking whatever the fuck you call them, subreddits. But she's being stalked on Reddit. But she's not stalking anybody else, right? Because she's over there discussing people from YouTube, and she openly admits this. But only the people that looked at her account are stalking her. Okay.
At you is not being a stalker when you're out there on a public fucking platform. But second of all, you say that MM wants to be a victim. No, MM didn't want to be a victim. She is a victim. And her son is a victim, and her husband is a victim.
My husband and not me. I'm not mad because of me. I'm mad because of for my husband and my son, because they're not on here. They're not on here. I am, and if you want to go after me and talk shit about me and say things about me, that's fine. I have no...
Exactly what part of that is her?
Moving the goalposts.
I mean, I know it sounds nice and all and make you sound like you know what you're actually talking about, but where is she?
Moving the goalposts.
This dumb hoe think everyone be thinking just like her, but reality is no one know what the fuck she's actually saying or thinking or how any of this shit applies because she always just speaking in vague terms and never give examples, just like her friend the purple hoe. Like when the purple hoe say shit like,
"You're sitting in chats of people who've done way worse than me."
But she never specify who or what they did that was way worse than her. She never give an example or say a name. We is supposed to guess. Blue balls be doing the same shit. Cause you know, we is all supposed to be mind readers like her.
Quotation for a quarter? I love quarters.
Anyway, she have no clue what moving the goalpost actually means, so I figured I would explain.
Moving the goalposts is an idiom that means changing the rules or requirements of a situation or activity midway to make it more difficult for others, often to gain an unfair advantage.
Where you see Leona making, let alone changing any rules in that clip, she's saying she bets it was really hard to figure out the purple hoe by her top secret name, Candleho71, and that she announced several times on here that she's fighting with people on Reddit over stuff that's happening on YouTube. How the fuck is that changing the goalposts, hoe? The dumb fuck bragged about fighting with people on Reddit over people from YouTube's lawsuits. Chances are there's going to be other people from YouTube who are in the Reddit as well since it's about YouTube. Any one of those people could have seen her in whatever group it was and knew it was her by her brilliant top secret name, Candleho71. Pointing that out is not changing the goalposts, you dumb fuck. Stop trying to sound like you know what the fuck you is talking about when clearly you don't. The other part where she be talking about her husband and son being the real victims and not herself and saying to talk shit about her, she has always said that shit. They is not on here. So how the fuck is that?
Moving the goalposts.
Oh, you seriously need to get a fucking clue and stop crying about these imaginary rules that no one except you think exist. Anyway, this shit just get more stupid once you start reading the posts that go along with her pointless fucking clip. But before I go there, I just need to point out that this be the third time this hoe be watching the same live. She watched it while Leona was actually live the other day, as you can see by the live chat and the fact that her creepy ass was signed out and in incognito mode. It was 2:15. Then she clicked and watched it once again on replay at 7 o'clock. And here she be again watching it at 8:50. Kind of crazy for someone who
could never listen to this toxic cock-off for more than a few minutes.
And claims she only watches to get clips for people who also don't want to watch. Cause you know, that makes sense and all. She not sitting there watching the whole thing or anything. She just randomly find all these clips through the entirety of her life. She telepathic and shit and knows exactly when Leona be starting sentences and talking about certain things like the purple hoe and shit, and she just randomly land there and start recording.
Ho, 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 it's magic. You know.
Anyway, let's read this crazy shit already.
If Leona's husband and son aren't on YouTube and don't want to be here, why does Leona keep letting a bunch of weirdos speak about them?
Leona isn't, quote, letting people speak about them. People are just speaking about them because they is grown fucking adults and can give their opinions on what happened to them, and she has no control over that. How the fuck is she supposed to control what other people is saying? Is she supposed to predict when someone in another state or part of the world is going to speak on something and then somehow magically stop them with her special powers? What the fuck is you talking about? Letting people speak. They free fucking people, you goddamn fool. She doesn't control them. I never heard such stupid shit in my life. What exactly would you like her to do about this? Fucking moron.
This is what Leona's life has come to. Using this thing as a backup.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I'm seriously stumped. I don't know what to even say here. Anyway,
Leona will take anything in as long as it agrees with her.
you mean the same way you taken the child doxing bitch with the nasty hairy pits? Or the CPS caller that you used to refer to by her last name when you was fresh start that you don't actually care for or like? You mean like that?
She's not a victim.
Introducing Burgundy Blue Balls, the YouTube dumpster fire community's official dictator of whom is a victim and whom isn't. Blue Balls declares Leona isn't a victim, so it's the God's honest, gospel truth. She gets to make those decisions. They are facts, not her opinions or anything of the sorts.
Ho, no one cares if you thinks anyone is a victim or not. That's your fucking opinion, and opinions are like assholes.
If she was an adult, she wouldn't still be talking about it, dragging the real victims into it over and over again.
I have another announcement to make, by proxy for YouTube's official authority on who's an adult and what adults would do and wouldn't do according to the most mature person in the dumpster community. If Leona was actually an adult, she wouldn't talk about an experience she and her family had. Adults do not and shall not ever talk about anything that has happened to them. If they do, then they are not officially adults, even if their age dictates otherwise. Blue Balls said it, so it is the truth.
Hold on to your hats, folks, cause this shit about to get mind-numbingly stupid for real. You ready?
Since the goalpost has moved again, that means if someone runs into your husband and son off of YouTube, they can contact them and let them know what you've put out.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
Ho, for real. What the fuck is you talking about, and how many flips and twists did your fucking last remaining brain cells have to do to come up with that shit? If someone runs into her husband and son off of YouTube, why would they need to contact them? Wouldn't the contact have happened when they ran into one another? What the fuck are you even talking about? And why is it that you're stupid as think her husband somehow doesn't know what she puts on her public YouTube page? You sound as dumb as the purple skank saying stupid shit like that. I'm really starting to think you two was cut from the same cloth. Both your gene pools were seriously polluted at some point. Is your parents brother and sister? Serious question.
Leona has now made that fair game. For her own viewers, too.
You go ahead and do that, ho, and see what happens. Big bad blue balls who can't even take a link on a panel now gonna show up in real life and harass people's families cause her delusional ass think Leona rules the world and has now made that, quote, fair game. Ho, you fucking beyond insane. Ain't no one scared of your stupid ass, you pathetic fool. But I would love to see you get in your old as sloppy jalopy and roll up on a bitch. For real.
She's just changed the definition of stalking so she doesn't get held accountable for stalking while pretending she's a victim of being stalked on YouTube.
Sure, Jan.
I have yet a third announcement to make. Forget Webster's Leona is the main lexicographer for the English language and has officially changed the definition to what stalking is. Stalking is now whatever Blue Balls thinks Leona says it is. Because Blue Balls thinks Leona makes all the rules and writes all the definitions in the world, and Blue Balls must follow all of Leona's rules and believe all of her definitions. Because clearly someone is holding a gun to her head and forcing her to do so.
Ho, I need to see where she be writing all these rules and definitions. Could you mail me a copy of it? Maybe you can borrow one of Leona's binders and shit. You know, since you like to utilize the United States Postal Service and waste money sending people mail and shit.
Exactly what psychopaths do to stay the concerned victim.
What exactly is a concerned victim? Can you send me the definition of that too?
And no, Leona, you can't handle anyone saying anything about you. Your skin is thinner than our laces.
The bitch look like she can't handle it. She really having a mental breakdown over it, as evidenced by her laughing at all the stupid shit people like yourself say about her. I mean, the bitch be in an insane asylum as we speak over not being able to handle this shit. True story. And you know what else is a true story? That you is a